The color today is green. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I am Shelby Nave, and today we are back for another mob movie commentary. We are going to be watching Goodfellas today, and again, I could not be more hyped. A big reason I'm so excited for this is just because I freaking love Joe Pesci. My Cousin Vinny is one of my all-time favorite movies ever, and since saying that, I just kind of always tend to be excited whenever Joe Pesci shows up in a movie. And like Home Alone, come on. Gone Fishing is another one of my favorite movies of his. I watched that a lot with my cousins as a kid, which I somewhat recently showed Gone Fishing to my boyfriend, thinking that he was gonna find it just as funny and awesome as I always had. However, he didn't like it that much. He didn't think it was all that funny or all that good a movie. So I broke up with him. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't do that. But I was very disappointed that he didn't like Gone Fishing as much as I did. He does, however, love My Cousin Vinny. Those two are probably my favorite Joe Pesci movies as of right now. I'm pretty sure after I watch Goodfellas, that will change. Not only have I heard that this movie is just very well liked and well received by pretty much everybody, but Joe Pesci, I'm pretty sure, won Best Supporting Actor for this film, so this has to be a pretty outstanding performance for him as well. So I'm just really excited. I'm also very intrigued because I know that Goodfellas is based off a true story. Goodfellas is the movie that's based off the book titled Wise Guy, and that book is based off of the life of real-life mobster Henry Hill, who was a member of the Lucchese crime family and eventually became a government informant. So yeah, sounds good. I'm really excited. I don't think we should waste any more time. We should just get right into it. I'm ready to watch this movie.
What is that? Is it flat?
The fuck, you better pull over and see.
Well, I'm glad that they're allowed to use big boy words in this movie. They didn't really say the F-bomb much in The Godfathers. Maybe like once or twice. Oh no. Holy crap, did you see that knife? That was huge. Freaking Rambo over here. Oh my god. Oh my god. Jesus, right off the f***ing bat.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
This is the life you desired? Wow, Joe Pesci is ruthless in this one. He's like, stay.
Being a gangster was better than being president of the United States.
In a lot of ways, yeah, probably.
It meant being somebody in a neighborhood that was full of nobodies. They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They double parked in front of a hydrant and nobody ever gave them a ticket.
They have a different set of rules.
At first, my parents loved that I found a job across the street from the house. My father, who was Irish, was sent to work at the age of 11, and he liked that I got myself a job. He always used to say that American kids were spoiled lazy.
Huh, it's like nothing's changed.
And my mother was happy after she found out that the Ciceros came from the same part of Sicily as she did. I mean, to my mother, that was the answer to all her prayers.
Oh, so a Sicilian mom and an Irish dad?
I could do anything. I knew everybody and everybody knew me. I see, people like my father could never understand, but I was a part of something. Every day I was learning to score.
Wow, so he really got totally like a street education growing up and going through that from a child into adulthood. I think they also bring up a really cool concept of the fact that it's like, I think one of the reasons that mob members were so loyal to the mob was because they all kind of felt like a group of outsiders who came together. They suddenly were a part of something that was perhaps bigger than them.
My father was always pissed off. He was pissed that my kid brother Michael was in a wheelchair. He was pissed that there were 7 of us living in such a tiny house.
It's a letter from school, because you haven't been there in months.
Oof.
In months?
God. That's not gonna make him want to go to school.
But after a while, he was mostly pissed because I hung around the cab stand. And every once in a while, I'd have to take a beating.
Wow, Dad of the Year award.
You know this kid? From now on, any letter from that school to that kid's house comes directly here. You understand?
Ooh.
In the fucking oven, you're gonna go ahead first.
Oh my
That
God.
was it. No more letters from truant officers. No more letters from school. In fact, no more letters from anybody.
Can I just say, though, how is it this freaking mailman's fault that what's-his-name's dad is all mad at him for getting letters that he's not in school? You couldn't just asked him nicely, or at least not shoved his head in the oven? I feel like he still would have perhaps been scared enough to make sure that no letters get back to his parents. But they should have just roughed up his dad. Like, why rough up this innocent mailman who's just doing his job?
Paulie hated phones. He wouldn't have one in his house.
Wiretaps.
He used to get all his calls secondhand, then you'd have to call the people back from an outside phone.
my god. That's so much.
If there was a union problem or, say, a beef in the numbers, then only the top guys could meet with Paulie to discuss the problem. Everything was one-on-one. Paulie hated conferences.
That just seems like a recipe for disaster. The game of constant telephone? I understand the need for secrecy, but I feel like the level of accuracy severely diminishes when you have to go through a whole bunch of people one-on-one. Maybe like a team meeting, a team conference really wouldn't be that big of a deal. Granted, he doesn't have to. Like, why would he do that if he doesn't have to?
Hundreds of guys depended on Paulie, and he got a piece of everything they made. And all they got from Paulie was protection from other guys looking to rip them off. Paulie and the organization does is offer protection for people who can't go to the cops. They're like the police department for wise guys.
Police for the people who do bad things. Police for the criminals. Okay.
People looked at me differently. I mean, they knew I was with somebody. At 13, I was making more money than most of the grown-ups in the neighborhood.
That's actually really impressive. Yeah, but that's only really dangerous to have a 13-year-old do.
Henry, shut the door. Shut the door.
That was the first time I'd ever seen anyone shot.
Oh my god.
You're a real jerk. You wasted 8 fucking aprons on this guy. I don't know what the hell's wrong with you. You gotta toughen this kid up.
Having like general concern for people isn't allowed?
It was a glorious time. It was when I first met Jimmy Conway.
De Niro!
See, Jimmy was one of the most feared guys in the city. What he really loved to do was steal. I mean, he actually enjoyed it.
Sounds about right.
Drivers loved him. They used to tip him off about the really good loads, and of course everybody got a piece.
Jeez, the whole society's in on it.
And when the cops, they assigned a whole army to stop Jimmy, what did he do?
Paid him off.
He made them partners.
They bought everything.
We need 1 Palmer. Here you go. Where'd you get those cigarettes?
Get him out of here. No, you don't understand.
No, you don't understand.
I'm gonna tell Paulie's gonna go.
Congratulations. Here's your graduation present.
What for? I got pinched.
Everybody gets pinched, but you did it right. You told them nothing, and they got nothing.
I thought you'd be mad.
Man, I'm not mad. I'm proud of you. Never rat on your friends, and always keep your mouth shut.
I mean, that's pretty much exactly what the Code of Omerta is. I don't know if they're going to talk about Omerta if he becomes a made man or whatever. Can he become a made man? His father's Irish. They're in the Italian mob. I don't know if he is going to be able to actually get into the mob. His mom's Italian. Maybe you only have to be half Italian. Whatever. If he does become a made man, pretty much the Oath of Omerta is literally a code of silence and a code of loyalty, so that's probably why De Niro here is so proud. Stayed loyal, stayed quiet.
Oh, you broke a cherry.
Wow. See, he probably just feels so included. He has a literal family here. This is how, like, people get sucked up into the mob. And he probably has such a strong sense of belonging. Oh, he's an adult now. Ooh.
By the time I grew up, there was $30 billion a year in cargo moving through Idlewild Airport, and believe me, we tried to steal every bit of it. If any of the truckers or airlines gave us any trouble, Paulie had his union people scare them with a strike. It was beautiful.
Wow, literally so easy. Fear is a strong emotion, man. You scare people bad enough, you can get just about anything.
You stole my truck. Can you believe that shit, huh?
Can you believe that? Can you believe they stole my truck when I left it unattended with the keys in it?
Tommy and me, Frankie Carbone, Freddie No Nose.
What happened to his nose?
Then you had Nicky Eyes.
What's up, guy?
And Jimmy Two Times, who got that nickname because he said everything twice, like...
I'm gonna go get the papers. Get the papers.
This is a really cool scene. They haven't cut yet. They've just been tracking and following each character and like switching to each character. We've just been following people this whole time. It's a really cool shot.
Big score coming from Air France. It's totally untraceable. There could be like $500,000 coming in, all cash.
Yeah, people on the inside literally just helping these scams happen.
Really funny. Really funny. What do you mean I'm funny? It's a good story. It's funny. You're a funny guy.
Funny how? I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
Why is he getting offended?
How do I know? You said I'm funny. What the fuck is so funny about me?
Get the fuck out of here, Tommy.
You motherfucker, I almost had him.
I was so concerned for a second. I was like, is he about to lose his mind?
Yes, no problem. Tell him to put it on my tab.
That's what I want to talk to you about. You know, it ain't just this here. It's 7 fucking big ones here. 7 fucking G's, you owe me.
Ooh.
You know, Sonny, you're a real fucking mutt. You know the money we spend in this fucking...
About? Come on, don't be like that.
What do you mean don't be like
Oh my god! That escalated so quickly. Broke a bottle on his head?
You really are a funny guy.
His face face looks so distorted when he's laughing.
You want me to be your partner? That's what you're trying to tell me. You want me to be your partner?
Yeah, what the fuck you think I'm talking about, Paulie? Please, come on.
Paulie, please.
Now the guy's got Paulie as a partner. But now the guy's got to come up with Paulie's money every week. And as soon as the deliveries are made in the front door, you move the stuff out the back and sell it at a discount. And then finally, when there's nothing left,
Fucking shame.
you light a match.
Well, that's just upsetting. So they're literally just going in and destroying businesses that need help.
Anyway, she won't go out with me alone unless her girlfriend comes with us. So I figure you come along and go out with her girlfriend.
See, I knew it.
You knew what? See what? What the fuck is wrong with that?
Why do you always do this?
Hey, remember that
Why do I-
fucking Tommy shit? What the fuck I asked you for, Henry? I'm asking you for a favor. You're liable to wind up with a big fucking score here, you motherfucker. I know fuck. See? You with your fucking mouth. You fucking...
Gosh, the way he just spouts.
I had a meeting with Tony around 11 o'clock, and here I am, a backup guy for Tommy.
I couldn't stand him. Before it was even time to go home, he was pushing me into the car and then pulling me out. But Diane and Tommy made us promise to meet them again on Friday night. Of course, when Friday night came around, Henry stood me up.
Wow, this whole, like, narration thing is really interesting. Because at first I sense this seems to be told from Henry's point of view, and he was narrating. And now it's being told from her point of view, and she's narrating. I like this kind of style of storytelling. But also, he stood her up. What the f***?
You got some nerve standing me up. Nobody does that to me. Who the hell do you think you are?
Tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him, tell him.
Forget it. I'm not talking to you about
Wait a second, I thought you were gonna stand me up. You look bored, you didn't say anything, what do you expect?
Lies. Don't try to turn your jackassery around on her.
I'll think about it.
Oh,
I remember,
don't give
she's
it.
screaming on the street, and I mean loud, but she looked good.
I'll think about it.
Thank you, sir. All right, see you later. Thanks.
And then he kissed me. These tracking shots again. We've just been following them throughout this entire hallway. Not mad about it, just an observation.
How are you? What's up? Good, good. How you doing?
She's like, am I on a date with you or with you and your entourage?
Air France made me. We walked out with $420,000 without using a gun, and we did the right thing. We gave Paulie his tribute.
Dear God. That's so much money that they just walked out with.
Hey, Karen.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, Bruce, how are you?
Okay.
Who's that buffoon in his short shorts?
I didn't think there was anything strange in any of this. You know, a 21-year-old kid with such connections.
You didn't find anything strange with that?
Don't buy wigs that come off at the wrong time. Maury's wigs don't come off, even underwater.
The wig was dry when he came out of the water.
You gonna fight with Jimmy Conway? He wants his money. Give him his money and let us just get the fuck out of here.
Hey, fuck him.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit. You got money for that fucking commercial, you know? Fucking commercial. You don't got my money?
Oh, and his wig's falling off. His wig fell off. It was supposed to stay on in water, and you're telling me it's falling off just when you're still above water getting hassled around? Guess the commercial didn't bring in a lot of business.
Karen, slow down. Stay there, don't move. Karen, Jimmy.
Yeah, money today. Today.
What happened?
He started to touch me. I told him to stop. He didn't stop. And then he got really angry.
Oh.
He pushed me out of the car.
Time to go kick some booty.
You go inside and get yourself together. We'll clean up.
Oh, it was that guy. It's the buffoon. Oh my God, you're gonna kill him? You're really gonna kill him? Maybe just give him a little smacky smacky. That sounded kind of wrong.
What do you want, fucko? You want some? Huh?
Oh, hey, Henry. What are you doing?
Oh my God.
Where my fucking mother? If you touch her again, you're dead.
Oh my God, I just fucking pistol whipped him. Jesus. So violent.
Here, hide this. Are you alright?
Hide this thing that I just used to bust somebody's face open with.
Mazel tov.
Did he convert to Judaism? Wow, look at that chandelier. How extravagant. Look at that cake! What is it with these extravagant cakes in these movies?
What kind of a person doesn't call?
Ma, he's a grown-up. He doesn't have to call every 5 minutes.
You don't know where he is. You don't know who he's with.
He's with his friends!
Ugh, family tensions already.
Henry!
Where were you? Why didn't you call?
Jeez, Mom.
We were worried to death.
Like
A married
mourning?
man does not stay out like this.
He just leaves.
Shut
You're
up.
not normal. She's right. What's wrong with you, Henry? What kind of person Tommy.
Wow, literally, the partying, staying out all night. Oh yeah, you have a new wife.
Well, we weren't married to 9-to-5 guys, but the first time I realized how different was when Mickey had a hostess party.
Wow, that hair is stiff.
And they talked about how rotten their kids were and about beating them with broom handles, that the kids still didn't pay any attention.
I wonder why.
Where's the strong box, you fucking varmint? Easy, fucking move. Easy. Don't move. Easy.
So you just have his hand in a paper bag. Men.
Get a search warrant here for the premise.
Uh-oh.
It's gonna take a while. We gotta go through everything, all right? Thank you.
Wow, that's such a normal thing. Yeah, come search my house completely. Such a different life. Wow, how many jackets do you need?
Hey, Tommy, all dressed up. Get over here. I haven't seen you in 6 fucking years.
How you doing, Billy?
Jesus Christ, you're getting too big on me
Just
now.
don't go busting my balls, Billy, okay?
Tommy, if I was gonna break your balls, I'd tell you to go home and get your shine box.
I think he's very happy with you.
I don't shine shoes anymore.
Relax, will you? For crying out, what's got into you? I'm breaking your balls a little bit, that's all.
Sometimes you don't sound like you're kidding. You know, there's a lot of people around.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
I'm sorry, too. It's okay. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Oh my god! Couldn't just let it drop. Yeah, no, that guy sucks.
Teach this kid a little fucking manners.
You insulted him a little bit. You got a little out of order yourself.
No, I didn't insult him. I didn't insult him.
Insulted him a little bit.
Yeah, you only belittled him. I would say that's an insult.
I did my fucking time, Jimmy. I did my fucking time. I got fucking mouths to feed.
Oh boy.
Understand?
I guess this is starting to make sense. The beginning scene. Are they gonna wrap this guy up? Not actually dead.
This is fucking bad.
I didn't want to get blood on your floor.
What do you mean you didn't want to get blood on your floor? You beat the guy to death. I guess that's why you held back from shooting him, but still.
Just keep quiet. I don't want to wake her up. Oh, hey.
Yeah, look who's here. Look who's here.
Oh no.
Go inside, make yourselves comfortable. I'll make you something to eat.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep. We're gonna leave.
No, I
Just get me
can't sleep.
something.
Not
We're
while
gonna
he's
change. We're
home.
gonna
No.
She seems like such a nice old lady. Makes just like a nice midnight meal for them.
Anyway, you know what reminds me? I need this knife. I'm gonna take this. It's okay?
Okay, yeah.
I just need it for a
Bring
little
it
while.
back, though, you know.
I just need this. Don't ask me why I need this, but I'm gonna take it.
Anyway, I'll bring your knife back.
I don't know if she's really gonna want it back after that.
Fuck is that?
For most of the guys, killings got to be accepted. Murder was the only way that everybody stayed in line. But sometimes, even if people didn't get out of line, they got whacked. Guys would get into arguments over nothing, and before you knew it, one of them was dead.
Yeah, no, I totally would agree with that. I think for a lot of people in the mob, when you take violence so far, and violence becomes such a regular thing, and murder becomes such a regular thing, I bet it is easy to just get carried away, because a lot of these people, even if they're carrying out hits, like, as their job, killing somebody is probably meaningless to them, honestly. Yeah, I'm not a fan of murder, but I'm especially not a fan of, like, just senseless murder, like people who murder just to do it, or because they get angry over small situations and small things.
We had a serious problem with Billy Bats. This was really a touchy thing. Tommy had killed a made guy. Bats was part of the Gambino crew and was considered untouchable.
Ooh, so now they really gotta cover that up. So I think they're going off real life Henry Hill. He was a part of the Lucchese family, and they just took out a guy in the Gambino family. Ooh, yeah, no, that's no good.
Saturday night was for wives, but Friday night at the Copa was always for the girlfriends.
For real? You can't just have one. I would really hate to have to share my husband, and that was just like a part of life.
The guy who disappeared up the block from Christie. The one that made the beef on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's his name was Bats. And these people are driving everybody crazy looking for him. They should leave him wherever the fuck he is.
Nobody knows what happened to him. Came into the joint that one night, and then he just disappeared.
Uh-huh. He just disappeared. Maybe he shouldn't go willy-nilly killing people.
We got a real problem. You know that thing we took care of upstate?
Paulie was just talking about
We
that.
gotta get it out of there.
What?
Yeah, we gotta get it out of there. They just sold the property and they want to make it into condominiums.
Jimmy, it's been 6 months.
Gross! That's probably stinks so bad. Ew.
Oh, that's so bad.
Ah! Come on, girls, come on.
Gross. transporting a dead body, a 6 months old dead body in the trunk of your car?
I set up Janice in an apartment around the corner from the suite. That way I was able to stay over a couple nights a week.
Now this is where we spend most of our time.
This is where I spend most of my time with my married man who's not married to me.
What? Where's my fucking drink? I asked you for a drink.
I thought I heard someone say something. Spider. I thought it was Henry.
You know you're a fucking mumbling, stuttering little fuck. You know that?
Okay, I'll bring it.
Yeah, go get me a fucking drink. Move it, you little prick. That's me. I'm the Oklahoma kid.
Put that away. What are you doing? That was so unnecessary.
All right, so we got shot in the foot. What is it, a big fucking deal?
Yeah, kinda. He needs to calm down and someone needs to take his gun away because he is too gun happy, too stabby happy. He needs to chill.
You haven't been home in 2 weeks. You're not going out tonight.
Are you nuts? Are you fucking nuts? What's your problem?
Yes, I'm nuts. Something's going on.
Yeah, you're never home. That's our problem.
I know that you're lying!
This is all in your mind.
That's gaslighting to the extreme, telling her that she's crazy. Oh, kids. That really sucks. Well, first of all, it sucks that he's trying to tell her that it's somehow all her fault, somehow, like, it's all in her head, whatever, when there's clearly something going on. But secondly, that they're having all of these, like, violent issues, arguments, outbursts, whatever, in front of these poor freaking kids. Ugh.
Goodbye, Jimmy!
Aww, it's fun.
Hey, Spider, that fucking bandage on your foot is bigger than your fucking head.
Can you just stop?
Tell the truth, you're looking for sympathy. Is that it, sweetie?
Why don't you go fuck yourself, Tommy?
I can't believe what I just heard. Hey, Spider, here. Attaboy.
Yeah, enough's enough at some point. Tommy's gonna kill him. Or he's gonna kill
What's the
Tommy.
one coming to?
What the f***? Why the hell would he do that? This is what I mean. There was absolutely no reason to have shot that guy. When shooting people and murdering people and stuff like that just becomes like your first reaction when you get offended or butthurt about something, that is not okay. Why the hell would he just do that? Just this innocent kid guy dude who he already shot in the foot, and then he just killed him for no reason, for sticking up for himself a little bit, but really wasn't even threatening or anything like that. Oh god, that actually legit angered me. That was such a senseless, well, I mean, no murders ever need to happen, but that was especially a murder that didn't need to happen.
He's dead.
No dip. No accountability. I'm a good shot. It was an accident.
You're gonna dig the hole. You're gonna do it. I got no fucking lime. You're gonna do it.
Fuck cares? I'll dig the fucking hole. I don't give a fuck.
Wake up, Henry.
Oh god. This probably isn't the way to tackle the issue either.
How could I hurt him? I couldn't even bring myself to leave him.
I got enough to worry about getting fucking whacked on the street. I gotta fucking come home. I gotta fucking come home.
I hate these friggin' abusive relationships. Good grief.
Just give us the fucking money, huh? I can't.
Oh boy, what are you gonna do there? Please don't throw him for the lion. Are you really gonna throw him in for the lion?
They must really feed each other to the lions down there because the guy gave the money right up. Then I found out that the guy we roughed up turned out to have a sister working as a typist for the FBI. Judge gave Jimmy and me 10 years like he was giving away candy.
10 years. What a dose. One of those things you take in.
In prison, dinner was always a big thing. We had a pasta course, and then we had a meat or a fish.
Wow, see, they seem to be living all right in jail. They're living large over here.
Prison, you get pictures in your mind of all those old movies with rows and rows of guys behind bars. But it wasn't like that for wise guys. I mean, everybody else in the joint was doing real time, all mixed together, living like pigs. But we lived alone. I mean, we owned the joint.
That is nuts! Look at this setup! They're living so okay, so fine in jail. Where's their orange jumpsuits and cells? This is literally just like not a punishment. This is not a punishment! Ooh, and he's getting drugs too? Buddy, you don't want to get addicted to those. Oh no, got it. This makes sense.
Any more? Nope, that's it. Good weekend, thanks.
Oh my god. So corrupt. I can't believe people can just allow this business to take place in prison. Ooh, she is not gonna be happy.
You want her to visit you? Let her sneak the shit in for you, Henry. Let her sneak the shit in.
Just stop it, Karen.
True though.
I can't do
Yes, you can, Karen. Listen to me. All I need for you is to keep bringing me the stuff. Believe me, in a month we're gonna be fine. We won't need anybody.
Oh, okay. 4 years later. Oh, did he get out early? Good behavior? Guess she stuck around.
I don't want any more of that shit. Just stay away from the garbage. I'm not talking about what you did inside. You did what you had to do. I'm talking about now.
No drugs.
Why would I want to get into that?
Don't make a jerk out of me. Just don't do it.
He's gonna do it, isn't he? Gotta stay away from the drug business, which he clearly is not. Great.
Within a couple of weeks, it got to be so big, I needed some help. So I got Jimmy and Tommy to come in with me.
This is gonna end badly. They're doing this at the probation office.
And these are the guys that Jimmy put together for what turned out to be the biggest heist in American history, the Lufthansa heist.
Hey! That's actually a real heist. I mean, I'm sure some people already know that, but in case if you don't, that the Lufthansa heist was a real heist that the mob pulled off at the JFK airport. I think at the time that it happened, it was like actually the biggest amount stolen, like the biggest heist ever done. I didn't realize Henry Hill was involved with that. I'm pretty sure John Gotti was.
Even Stax Edwards got in on it.
Is that Samuel L. Jackson?
What he was supposed to do was steal the panel truck and afterwards compact it by a friend of ours out in Jersey. I had everybody working for me, even our old babysitter, Lois Bird.
Is this the same baby you used last week?
Oh my God.
It's my sister's. This is Deirdre's.
She's just borrowing babies to bring drugs to the state.
Nobody knows for sure just how much was taken in the daring pre-dawn raid at the Lufthansa cargo terminal at Kennedy Airport. It looks like a big one, maybe the biggest this town has ever seen. Stay tuned.
I guess they pulled it off.
I can't believe this. What are you, stupid or what?
Didn't I tell you not to get anything big? I don't care what you do, just bring it where you got it before. Get it out of here. I don't care. You understand? Get it out of here.
Jeez, can nobody follow instructions?
Hey guys, I've been looking all over for you. Jimmy, Henry, how are you? Merry Christmas. Hey, listen, I need the money. Relax, okay? Jimmy, I need the money. Relax. I'm relaxing. I need the money.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna kill you if you don't stop bugging him.
It's 11:30. We're supposed to be here. You know, we're supposed to be there by 9. Yeah, you're always fucking late. You're gonna be late for your own fucking funeral.
What the hell?
Stax was always crazy. Instead of getting rid of the truck like he was supposed to, he got stoned, and by the time he woke up, the cops had found the truck.
Ooh.
They even said they came up with prints off the wheel. It was just a matter of time before they got to Stax.
Took him out so the cops couldn't question him and he couldn't turn and become an informant, probably.
Guess what? You're gonna make him.
Tommy.
They're not made men yet?
You're gonna get made? We're gonna work for this guy one day. He's gonna be a boss.
Honestly, probably the fact that Tommy was out killing all these people, that was probably like part of his initiation to become a made man.
Jimmy, I've been looking all over for you, baby.
Dude, leave him alone! Gonna get yourself killed.
Get your money. Just gotta stop busting balls.
You know, for people who are so active in making sure they get paid on time, you'd think that they would pay their people on time, or in a timely fashion.
I was just stalling for time. I knew I still had till later 9 o'clock to talk Jimmy out of killing Maury.
Ooh, he's going against Jimmy's wishes.
Forget about tonight. Forget about tonight.
It was like a load off my mind.
Jeez. How fast they can just change their mind. Oh no, they're gonna whack him anyway, aren't they?
No, it is. Oh, it's terrific. Yeah, Nunzio up in the...
Oh, did I call it or did I call it? Jesus.
You never shut the fuck up.
Oh boy. Jeez, OP.
Jimmy was cutting every link between himself and the robbery.
Oh my
I knew Jimmy. Made him sick to have to turn money over to the guys who stole it. He'd rather whack them.
You can't pay the people that pulled off your jobs for you? Just kill them off? Oh no.
When they found Carbone in the meat truck, he was frozen so stiff it took them 2 days to thaw him out for the autopsy.
Freaking brutal.
But the thing that made Jimmy so happy that morning was that this was the day that Tommy was being made. They had a signal all set up so he'd know that the minute that the ceremony was over.
You're looking snazzy.
Congratulations, I wish you lots of luck.
I love you.
We always called each other Goodfellas. Like you'd say to somebody, you're gonna like this guy, he's alright. He's a good fella, he's one of us.
That's where that came from.
Jimmy and I could never be made because we had Irish blood. To become a member of a crew, you've got to be 100% Italian so they can trace all your relatives back to the old country.
Yep. It's what I wondered if he was gonna be allowed to be a made member. I kind of thought that Jimmy was a made man, but I guess not.
See, it's the highest honor they can give you. It means you belong to a family and a crew. It means that nobody can fuck around with you. It also means you could fuck around with anybody just as long as they aren't also a member.
But he already killed a made guy. Are they gonna kill Tommy because he killed the Gambino guy?
Oh, we had a problem.
What do you mean?
Well, you know what I mean. He's gone.
What happened? They whacked him. They fucking whacked him.
Sad. I mean, his big mouth was bound to get him in trouble, but still, sad.
It was revenge for Billy Batts. And a lot of other things. Batts was a made man and Tommy wasn't. We had to sit still and take it.
Man, they had him thinking that he was about to become a made member, and they take him
Even shot
out.
Tommy in the face, so his mother couldn't give him an open coffin at the funeral.
Oh, she was such a nice old lady. Oh, we're still doing this shit? Uh-oh, are they after you?
I was gonna be busy all day. I had to pick up my brother at the hospital and drive him back to the house for dinner that night, and then I had to pick up some new Pittsburgh stuff for Lois to fly down to some customers I had near Atlanta.
Ooh, but you feel like you being tracked.
When I finally got there at the hospital to pick up Michael, his doctor wanted to put me in bed. He took mercy on me. He gave me 10 milligrams of Valium and sent me home.
The last thing he needs is more drugs.
So I was home for about an hour. Now my plan was to start the dinner early so Karen and I could unload the guns that Jimmy didn't want and then get the package for Lois to take to Atlanta for her trip later that night. So I asked my brother Michael to watch the sauce and Karen and I started out.
I see it. Look, it's right there. Yep, that's it. No, I'm not nuts. This thing's been following me around all fucking morning. I'm telling you. He thinks I'm paranoid.
This is a full day that they're doing here, that he's having here.
Beautiful. They're great. Now, didn't I tell you were paranoid? Karen, didn't I tell you he was paranoid?
Yeah, I need a hit.
Oh, and she's in the drugs now too? So they're both paranoid. Good
My
lord.
plan was I had to get home and get the package ready for Lois to take on her trip.
Does life always seem this hectic when you're on drugs?
Listen, you know what to do?
Yeah.
Don't yeah me, Lois. This is important. Now make sure you leave the house when you make the call. Call from an outside line. I mean it.
So what does she do after she hangs up with me? After everything I told her, after all her yeah bullshit, she picks up the phone and calls from the house. Now, if anybody was listening, they'd know everything. As soon as I got home, I started cooking.
Oh boy.
Had a few hours until Lois's flight. You see, I had to drive over to Sandy's place, mix the stuff once, and then get back to the gravy.
Jeez, OP. 10:45 p.m. is when they're eating? Holy crap. I'd be asleep at that time.
We're carrying around this stuff all day. We gotta start taping it to your leg. We gotta go soon.
I gotta go home and get my hat.
What, are you kidding me?
I gotta have it. It's my lucky hat. I never fly without it.
One more
What
thing
could
he
I
has
do?
to do.
If she insisted I had to drive her home for her goddamn hat.
A hat? What a chaotic day this has been for him.
Don't you move, you motherfucker! I'll blow your brains out!
Oh no, you
For a
get
second, I thought I was
busted?
dead. But when I heard all the noise, I knew they were cops. If they had been wise guys, I wouldn't have heard a thing. I would have been dead.
Open the fucking door!
Oh god, oh god, oh god. What are you gonna do with it? What are you gonna do with it? The aftermath. Okay.
All day I thought the guys in the helicopter were just local cops busting my balls over Lufthansa. But they turned out to be narcs. They'd been on me a month. Phone tap, surveillance, everything.
Sad day for you. You're not supposed to get in the drugs.
Well, I gotta get out of here and straighten out everything with Paulie, or else I'm dead. They could whack me in here just as easy as they can outside, maybe even easier. They're all afraid I'm gonna rat them out.
Karen finally got her mother to put her house up for my bail and I was out.
Oh
I remember
my
I had this
God.
feeling I was gonna get killed right outside the jail.
Where's the stuff that I left, Karen?
I flushed it down the toilet.
You did what?
Karen, that was worth $60,000. I need that money. That's all we got.
They were in everything.
That's all the money that we had, Karen. Why did you do that?
What was she supposed to do? Is he really trying to blame this on her though right now? With his dirty business?
I don't know what else to say. I know I fucked up.
Fucked up. Yeah, you fucked up.
You're beyond that.
Paulie, after what you said, I couldn't come to you. I was ashamed. You're all I've got, and I really, really need your help.
Take this.
Take my wad of cash that I just always have in my back pocket.
Now I gotta turn my back on you.
Yeah, literally your mentor, your like entire life, you just let him down so bad.
$3,200 for a lifetime. Wasn't even enough to pay for the coffin.
How's he doing? Busting his balls or what?
He's okay.
You know what kind of questions they've been asking him? They tell you?
Jimmy, I don't know.
Tell him he's got to call me, okay? Listen, I got some beautiful Dior dresses. You want to have them? Pick out a few for yourself. It's in the store in the corner. It's swag, so I got it down the corner.
Are you being naive?
Over here?
Right down there.
Red flags.
Yeah, it's over there, right there.
Lock the window.
Oh, Jimmy!
Right there.
I'm in a hurry! I'll come back later!
That was a sticky situation.
What happened, Karen?
I just been scared, Henry. It's okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
So I met Jimmy in a crowded place we both knew. I had the feeling Jimmy was trying to sense whether I was gonna rat him out to save my neck.
Did you have a problem going with Anthony on vacation? He'll take care of it.
Jimmy had never asked me to whack somebody before, but now he's asking me to go down to Florida and do a hit with Anthony.
Seems fishy. Seems a little suspicious.
That's when I knew I would never have come back from Florida alive.
Yeah, Anthony was probably gonna whack you.
And you meant whenever you move me, I asked you once, and I'm gonna tell you again, I don't want to go any place that's cold.
You really don't have a choice in that matter.
Yeah.
He's bronchial, that's why.
Well, if he's legitimately bronchial, we'll take that into consideration.
Okay, can I ask you some questions here? What about my parents? Am I gonna see them? Am I gonna talk to them? I mean, don't I have some kind of contact with them?
No.
You in Whip Pro, bitch. You don't get that luxury.
God forbid something happens to my parents and they get sick. I can't go and see them.
Maybe something can be worked out.
I can't do this, Henry. I can't.
You have to take on pretty much an entirely new identity if you're in witness protection.
Come on, Henry. They don't want me.
But Henry's going to be in a witness protection program. They're not going to be able to get to him. The only way they can get to him is by getting to you. Getting to your kids. If he goes into the program, forget about it. You're in a great deal of danger. I think you understand.
I don't know
that.
anything.
Come on, you don't know anything. Don't give me the babe in the woods routine, Karen. I've listened to those wiretaps, and I've heard you on a telephone. You're talking about cocaine.
Ooh, yeah. Your hands are not clean, Missy.
Whether he goes to jail or whether he stays on the street and he beats the case, he's a dead man. He knows it and you know it.
Yeah, no, you don't really have a choice.
We're gonna save your life, we're gonna save his life, and we're gonna keep you out of jail.
Yeah, but you're going to rat out all of the people you're close to.
Could you please point him out for the members of the jury? Your Honor, please let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, James Conway.
Oh, you a dead man if you don't go free.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that Mr. Hill has identified the defendant, Paul Cicero.
See, the hardest thing for me was leaving the life.
When I was broke, I would go out and rob some more. We ran everything. Everybody had their hands out. Everything was for the taking. And now it's all over.
And that's the hardest part. Today, everything is different.
Yeah.
There's no action. I'm an average nobody.
Are they in like the Midwest or something? Wait, Henry Hill is still in the witness protection program. In 1987, he was arrested in Seattle, Washington for narcotics conspiracy. He received 5 years probation. Since 1987, he has been clean. Wow. Oh, they separated! Jimmy Conway is currently serving a 20 years to life sentence for murder in a New York State prison. He will not be eligible for parole until 2004 when he will be 78 years old. I wonder if he got out! Wow, geez, that was nuts. That was a really interesting aspect to see a story told from the point of view of like a government witness, an informant, a rat, if you will. I want to Google if Jimmy Conway actually, if he died in prison. Okay, so Jimmy Conway was a Lucchese crime family associate who organized the 1979 Lufthansa heist, the most lucrative cash theft in U.S. history, and the murders of many of the participants afterwards. Conway was of Irish descent, so he never became a made man in the American Mafia, but he was highly respected within Paul Cicero's crew. He was arrested in 1982 for parole violation, and he served the rest of his life in prison, dying in Buffalo, New York prison in 1996. That's when I was born. Okay, so yeah, he died in prison. That answers that question. I also didn't realize, I guess, just how closely or how accurately, I guess, they actually told this story based on this tiny little synopsis that I read about Jimmy Conway. But yeah, no, that was super awesome. It was really cool to see Joe Pesci in a non-comedic role. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut to future me, because I'm fairly positive that after I edit this video, I'm gonna have more things that I want to say, because I almost always catch more things after I'm done editing. Thanks, past self. I have some final thoughts. So arguably one of the most iconic iconic scenes in the movie is the funny how scene. That was definitely a scene that I had heard of before actually watching the movie at all. And I actually didn't know, watching it the first time, that this was an actual improvised scene by Joe Pesci. Apparently when he was younger, he was like a waiter and he was serving a mobster and had that conversation. So he just like told the director about it and they loved it and they shot it right then and there. And it wasn't a part of the script, so that was just all improv, which ended up being one of the most loved scenes in the movie. There was just so much tension in that scene, and I think it did actually tell a lot about Tommy and his character, since he clearly has some anger issues and like outburst problems. Speaking of though, I feel like Joe Pesci and his character of Tommy kind of like perfectly embody the like bad-tempered or like hothead mobster. During my research, many mobsters were described this way. Tommy's outbursts at some points really did kind of get a little infuriating. Like what he did to Bats was already unnecessary, but then what he did to Spider was just like flat out awful. I remember getting like genuinely upset when I saw the scene with Spider. Like that wasn't cool. Just wasn't cool, man. However, I really did like the narration aspect in this film. Honestly, that was something after watching Goodfellas that I kind of wish we had in The Godfathers. Like, to be able to get inside Michael's head and hear what his thoughts would have been. I just would have been really intrigued to see like a narrated Godfather. Because, I mean, you don't really question Henry or Karen's actions or motivations because they just flat out tell you what they're thinking. And in a way, I think this really did draw the audience and the viewers in closer to their story. Not to mention when they do something questionable, their self-awareness, I guess, in their narrations in a way kind of justify their actions and I guess comes across a little more endearing to the viewer, which in the end I found to be kind of genius just because I found myself sympathizing for people who in reality do some pretty bad things. Like even during Tommy's death scene, I was like sad, I was sympathizing even though it's like Tommy infuriated me earlier in the film. But alright, let's talk about some themes that kept coming up that I found to be kind of interesting. Firstly, as with all movies, power and respect is a pretty big reoccurring theme in this movie. And I also kind of noticed in this mob movie more so than other ones that there seemed to kind of be like a link between power and respect and like one's manhood, if you will. For example, Tommy gets really upset at Bats because Bats is being really disrespectful towards him or just not showing him any respect. Therefore, Tommy kills him. And that's kind of also a similar situation with Spider. Spider was kind of actually sticking up for himself and talking back to Tommy, and then Tommy kills him too. But then likewise, Tommy's like absolute lack of respect for pretty much everyone actually leads to his demise in the end. Money is another almost near constant theme in this movie. It definitely seemed to symbolize power or lack thereof in some cases, but it for sure definitely seemed to be like a driving force for almost all of the characters. Lastly, I noticed just how often there is like food or meals shown in this movie, and I kind of think that these like meals or food or whatever kind of symbolize like the closeness of family members, both like mob family and also like actual real family. There's several instances through the film where characters are gathering together and like having a meal or whatever, but then if you see the scenes when Henry is like out with Janice, you notice that they're not eating, they're just out for drinks because she's not like family. And then I also thought it was really interesting at the end of the movie where Henry and Jimmy go out and Henry thinks that Jimmy is about to have him whacked. And yeah, they're meeting at this diner and talking whatever, but they're just talking over coffee. They're not eating. I guess kind of symbolizing a end of that like family relationship between the two of them. So yeah, I liked how they kind of used food as like a symbol of family or closeness, I guess. The last thing I wanted to talk about was just what did you guys think of the very last like almost shot of the film? Like when Henry is in his house out, you know, somewhere that's not New York and he's sad because he misses the life, and then it just cuts to this shot of Tommy like shooting towards the camera or whatever, but then it cuts back to Henry going into his house and shutting the door. I was thinking about that shot for a long time after watching this movie, and I genuinely don't know what it means. Like, obviously they put it there for a reason. I don't entirely know what that reason is. I would love if somebody in the comments would tell me what they think that is supposed to mean. So yeah, definitely give me your conclusions or your theories in the comments below. And now I'm gonna throw it back to my past self to do the outro. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and watching Goodfellas with me. I have Casino and Donnie Brasco and The Q up next, so definitely stick around if you want to see my commentaries over those. If you like this video, definitely give me a thumbs up down below, and don't forget to subscribe. It really does help me out and supports my channel. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you the next time I upload a new video.